me that I needed to really focus on getting kids a taste for traditional foods for life.
You're gonna smile for us?
How have we not already grasped onto this concept? It's not just about the nutrient content, it's about being out and harvesting the foods and getting that physical activity.
We started this pilot project to only eat our native foods for 3 months. And not just what we think nowadays as native foods, but pre-contact native food. So it was the food we ate before the Spanish came to this area. I got 14 volunteers and they agreed to get blood tests done at the beginning of the diet and then after 3 months. We had a range from diabetic people to pretty healthy people, to heart disease, to obesity. All of us were searching and learning and asking questions, and we were all afraid, like, are we gonna starve to death? Thank you all for coming. Thank you for daring to do this. I'm so excited on so many levels. I realized that a lot is happening fast, and I wanted people to take down notes. Hopefully we'll gather many times to share food and learn more and more about what foods we can eat and not eat.
The food that we eat today is nothing like the food that we ate in the past. Some of the stuff that's considered traditional native food is very recent. Things like fried bread don't have much of a history at all. The main ones, of course, are beans, corn, squash, piñons, wild spinach, and just tons of different plants that surrounded us and were not actually cultivated. You have wild bird eggs of different types, turkey eggs, and then, of course, all the wild game that were available at that time.
Buffalo hunt. We went to a herd up north and picked out a buffalo and they butchered it for us. The group ate that buffalo and whatever we could find to help with our diet, because there's nothing like it out there of our pre-contact food.
Salt is really important. It's something that your body needs, especially living in a desert environment for hundreds and thousands of years. People have been gathering salt in the same locations where they geologically naturally occur. For us, the thing was along the Rio Grande, the closest place was Salinas salt areas. And of course, it wasn't a walking like they used to do, but driving down still was basically the same path that they traveled along all those years ago.
This is a fantastic grasshopper catcher. You can eat them raw, and raw is okay, but I've done stir fry, and stir fry tend to be kind of chewy. The deep frying seems to be the best way. It's a little bit warm right now, so you have to come out early in the morning when they're slow. So it's kind of hard to catch them right now. You can see how they're cooking all night. If you had a plague, you could live off of these. For the Pueblo people here, and Navajo and some Ute, any animal that roamed around here was part of our diet. You could survive on these because they're high protein, they're very rich source of food. One of our dishes was in English translated as paper bread, and it's paper thin and it crumbles when you eat it, and it's absolutely delicious. Here at Santa Clara, we lost that tradition. There were no more women making this kind of bread anymore. We contacted some Hopi women that were generous enough to come out and give us some classes on how to make this picky bread again.
This was our first unleavened bread out of blue corn or white corn cooked on stones. Going back to Santa Clara after practicing this method, it became
very, very clear how important these ancestral lifeways are, not just for history or the past, but for our future.
In here, let's look and see what we are going to.